So this question, we have the statement 2 over 5 plus 2 squared over 5 plus 2 cubed over 5 all the way to 2 to the 9th over 5. We want to express that statement using sigma notation. We want to find the sum using the formula for the sum of the first n terms of a geometric series, and then check that using a calculator. Let's go ahead and write that down. So from 2 over 5 plus 2 to the first over 5, excuse me, 2 to the second over 5, plus 2 to the third over 5, plus 2 to the fourth over 5, plus 2 to the fifth over 5, plus 2 to the sixth over 5, plus 2 to the seventh over 5, plus 2 to the eighth over 5, plus 2 to the ninth over 5. So what's changing, of course, is the exponent. It starts at 1 and goes to 9. So we're going to look at the sum as k goes from 1 to 9 of 2 to the k over 5. That is going to be our idea. Now, this series is geometric. From 2/5 to 4/5 to 8/5, the common ratio is 2. As we go from one term to the next, we're always multiplying by 2. And my first term, a sub 1, is 2/5. That's going to be important for us to know. Now, what is our formula for the sum of the first n terms of a geometric series? We do have a formula. And I like to use the notation S sub n, sum of the first n terms. In this case, our n is 9. But it's the first term, a sub 1, times 1 minus the common ratio r to the n divided by 1 minus the common ratio. I encourage you to try to prove that, see where it comes from. So what do we get? S sub n, in our example, S sub 9, we want the sum of the first 9 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9 terms. The sum of the first 9 terms is the first term. We said the first term was 2/5. Times 1 minus r, our common ratio is 2. To get from 2/5 to 4/5, we multiply by 2. From 2 squared to 2/3, multiply by 2. 5 stays the same. So common ratio is 2. Our number here of interest is 9 over 1 minus 2. So kind of a strange looking formula, but let's jump to the graphing calculator and see how we're going to do this. So I will go ahead and find that graphing calculator. And we have 2/5 first. And we multiply that by 1 minus 2 to the 9th over 1 minus 2. So times, if you want, put a times there if you're interested, times 1 minus 2 to the 9th. Divided by 1 minus 2. Always watch order of operations, numerator in a fraction, denominator in a fraction. This should do it. And what answer do we get? 204.4. Or as a fraction, math, change to a fraction, equivalently, 1,022 over 5. So using the formula, we get these answers for the sum of the first 9 terms, 204.4 or 1,022.5. I want to go back here and I want to feed this into the graphing calculator. Sum is k goes from 1 to 9 of 2 to the k over 5. And we hope we also get 204.4. So let's see what we get. To the graphing calculator, math 0 is summation. And we take the sum as k goes from 1 to 9, k. It's in alphabetic mode. K goes from 1 to 9. Of what? Of 2 to the k. I like to put the numerator in parentheses. So parentheses 2 to the 2 exponent button above division, 2 to the alpha k. And then I will end the parentheses for the numerator, divided by, I don't need a 5 and to be in parentheses, so I'm just going to do that. I certainly could have done parentheses 5 parentheses. It's just not necessary because the denominator is so simple. We hope we get to 04.4, do we? We do. And one more time showing you to change it to a fraction. And we have 1,022 over 5. And I believe that's all the questions we were supposed to answer. Sure enough, we checked our answer by the summation function on the calculator.